Joining us in a Rockwell studio are Jojo Uligan, the president of the Contact Center Association of the Philippines, and Craig Rhines, Chief Operations Officer of Sitel Asia Pacific. Good morning, gentlemen. Thank you for joining us.
Good morning, TJ.
Good morning.
All right, good morning. Jojo, I'll begin with you. Coming from CCAP, I know you have a big event coming up this October, and pretty much headlining that is this discussion pretty much of where the industry is going. Now, tell us a bit about how critical the timing is right now to gather as an industry and to let a lot of people understand what the changes are and where things are going right now.
Yeah. Thank you for asking that, TJ. In fact, this is a perfect opportunity for us to gather everyone in the industry, especially to discuss about issues or challenges or the headwind that's facing us when it comes to automation, AI, wherein a lot of people are already discussing it. There are some companies, some industries already moving towards a lot of this automation to improve efficiency and customer experience. So that's the main agenda of this conference. We want to get all our leaders in the industry get involved in this initiative so we can plan, strategize, and take on a lot of opportunities with this AI and automation that will bring to our industry and to our clients.
Now help us understand this, Jojo, what AI really means to the industry. I mean, I guess on a consumer level, people are more aware of the Siri, the Alexa, their artificial intelligence assistants. But in the back end, in the BPO industry, how does this work, and how is it very appealing to the companies like Sitel, which we'll ask Craig in a bit, their experience as well. What's it like, and how is it very helpful for them in giving better customer experiences?
Okay, it helps us to improve, as I've said earlier, the efficiency of how we do business and how we service our clients and customers. It's improving the customer experience primarily because there are certain information that customers will be able to get without talking to us. So meaning we'll be able to discuss more and more information with them when it comes to client products or services that we're offering. And at the same time be able to handle more complex type of transactions. Mm-hmm. That's how this AI and automation will affect our industry.
All right, I want to go to Craig from Sitel. And Craig, can you give us some examples of what's happening right now in the industry, in particular in your company? Are you already incorporating AI or digital disruptions pretty much in the way you service your customers?
We are, TJ, and it's really, we view it as a huge opportunity. Mm-hmm. One of the tremendous advantages of the Philippines is that you have this really unique service-oriented culture with the people here. You've got a workforce that is very digitally savvy, and on top of that, you have a great base of people that now are skilled in servicing customers in this particular type of environment. And so you bring these factors together, and with some of the new technology that's now available, some of the new process automation, especially robotics process automation, and as well as some of the new social and digital technologies, it's really a perfect storm. And so the Philippines and companies like Sitel really want to take advantage of this to not only grow the industry here, but to provide, as Jojo mentioned, it's all about driving better customer experiences.
All right, then can you give us some specific examples of how these are used? I mean, personally, I had an experience with this about a year ago. I was in London for a coverage, and I had to make a call to a company that I needed to ask something about their products. I was very surprised that on the other end was not a human being. It was a bit of a robotic voice, but I just spoke in plain English, maybe in a Filipino accent English, understood me and broke it down and knew where I wanted to go, rather than saying press 1 for this, press 2 for this. So Craig, what's it like for your customers who make those calls and they're encountering not necessarily a human being on the other end?
Yeah, so I think one of the things that you have to understand is that there are human beings at the other end, because you have people that are that are programming these bots and writing the scripts. And in many cases, while you think that you're speaking to an automated agent, or you think you're speaking to a live agent, it could be one or the other. So the technologies now are creating an enhanced human, type of interaction. The way that we're using these technologies is to make our live agents appear much smarter and much more they're much more effective, much more knowledgeable about the products or services. They can get to answers much faster, get to resolution much faster. And on the other side, it allows for the automation technology to appear more human with some human assistance. So that's really how we're using the technology, and we're seeing the future here of the I don't know if you remember the TV show The $6 Million Man, but it's kind of that concept. It's turning our employees into these hybrid kind of digital and live interaction agents.
Yeah, and if I may add, TJ, if I may add, TJ, this makes the transaction or the way we service our customers seamless between technology and human. So, and as what Craig said, humans will always be there to guide, and we need to be updated. We need to know what information the system or the technology already provided, so we can jump in with the conversation with the clients on the other line.
Now, I can imagine the potential in this in terms of the efficiency. As before, when it's human to human, obviously it's 1:1. One phone call is one response. But now you could have one human who's doing all these programming and management of this program, and yet you're actually servicing, I don't know, an unlimited number. I'm sure there's a finite number somewhere, but a huge number of customers on the other end. Is that how actually efficient this is and how appealing this is for companies out there, Craig?
Absolutely, TJ. I mean, the real opportunity here is it's not just about trying to drive costs lower or to handle more with less. It really is around how do you make the experience better, and in some cases, having a one-to-many type of transaction is a better experience, or the cycle times, reducing cycle times by being able to service customers. They don't have to queue up. They don't have to get into a more of a linear type of customer experience scenario is really interesting because it's lower cost and it's better overall experiences.
Yeah.
So Jojo, what are we looking for now with the potential of growth? And I remember I was with you guys at your press conference a few weeks ago prior to announcing this big event in October. You keep mentioning that now the jobs will be mid to high skilled jobs as opposed to the bulk of the employment search was for the low skilled jobs. Give us some examples of what kind of jobs these are now and what kind of skill sets do your potential employees need to be equipped with?
Okay. So it's more of like when this industry started, TJ, one of our major services that we do is telephone directory assistance. Those type of work can now be automated, meaning a person asking for a phone number or an address, the machine or the technology, AI or robotics will be able to give that. So we are now training our people to understand this new technology. That's why we need a lot of training and retooling of our agents to be able to handle that mid to high. So in terms of skill set, they need to be tech savvy. They need to fully understand social media, for example. We're doing a lot of social media management, both chatbots and human. So for people to understand how to really use and navigate certain system, where to jump in when it comes to a conversation if the machine or the technology is not providing enough information and the client wanted some more. So it helps us guide the customer journey when it comes to customer experience a lot better. Of course, there will be new services, and that's exactly what we wanted to fully understand. That's why we invited a lot of thought leaders in AI and robotics from Silicon Valley to join us in our conference next month, for us to be able to fully understand what are those new things, the trends in technology, and how are what are the initiatives that we need to develop when it comes to training our people to provide those opportunity in the future.
All right. Now, when we talk about this, Jojo, of course, the elephant in the room here is the potential job losses or job cuts in the low end, and there are some sectors who are quite concerned. The government, the academe. I remember Senator Bamakino held a hearing about this, just wanting to be proactive and really looking towards the future, how everybody can get together. What are your forecasts in terms of job cuts and job losses? And on the flip side, I know that you've already forecasted as well the numbers in terms of job opportunities in the mid and high. So where are we now? What's the scenario on that?
So there are already services that we do in the industry that's already transitioned or transferred to certain automation. No? However, in terms of when this technology is fully implemented, the low-skilled job will be converted to more complex mid type of job. Definitely, we're gonna train them. So none of our employees, we're now looking at, taking 10, 5, 20% of our employees, but we will retool them, we will retrain them, and transfer them and move them up to a more complex type of work. So that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, and TJ, don't forget, digital and automation, there's three things that it does not do well. It doesn't do emotion well.
Right.
It doesn't do that kind of learned versus coded behavior well, because it becomes very stale, very boring, and it doesn't provide that wow customer experience. It doesn't know when to break the rules. And so the myth here about this really replacing jobs or jobs going away is really a fallacy. You're going to see a move to to these higher level jobs. You need to have now programmers. You need to have people that can really take these processes and make sure that they don't drive customers away because they're too boring or it ruins the customer experience. And this is happening in many industries. I mean, the technology would allow for today early edition could be fully automated. TJ, your job could be a robot too, right?
I know.
Why isn't it? Why isn't it? Right? It's because it would be boring. No one wants to to just have a very coded experience. So that's why I think the events like this that we're putting together for the industry are really important, because it allows us to bring together executives and thought leaders to make sure that we're really doing the industry and our clients a service by avoiding some of these pitfalls of assuming that this is going to just replace lots of jobs and there isn't opportunities to take advantage of it.
Yeah,
that's right.
And if I may summarize it in 4 words, TJ, it means that it's more meaningful customer engagement with the combination of human and this technology. That's definitely what the customers will be expecting.
All right, in the next few years, Jojo, I know you've mapped out your roadmap from now to 2022. What is the game plan, your appeal to the academe, to the government? You're going to need probably better digital infrastructure as well when you're going to have more of these automated services coming in. What kind of support do you need from this end to supply the equipped fresh graduates or those who need to be upskilled, and on the other side from the government, wherein they need to go hand in hand with your growth as well?
Yeah, so we need a lot of help, including you, TJ, you guys, has been supporting us and helping us promote this industry, promote this job. So there's a lot of work we need to do in government regulations, in technology, in education, and a lot. This industry, our industry, cut across several industries here in the Philippines, and we are all part of this. And if we do it together and we do it right, there's much more opportunity for the Philippines and the Filipinos.
And I want to end with Craig. Craig, give us your assessment of how you see the Filipino workforce. I mean, of course, in the past, we were very competitive in the call center industry because of our English proficiency, our calm demeanor, our good personality, and of course, the wages are much cheaper here than other countries. Where do we now excel in terms of, when you're looking at mid to high level, where's our potential now providing that job to the world?
Yeah, I'm extremely bullish on the Philippines, and we're continuing to expand our operations here. But I think to answer your question in one word, it's all about moving to the countryside.
Yeah.
It's bringing these jobs to the millions of people that live outside of Metro Manila that have the skills. There's great schools. There's very good infrastructure now in the country outside of the national capital region, and it's now exposing that tremendous talent to the world through through bringing some of this technology and some of this automation and improved service to our clients.
All right, and speaking of countryside, that's where you guys will be on October 11 and 12 for the big convention. So good luck on that. We wish you well. We really hope that everybody gets on board on the same page as we push towards the future and indeed give a better customer experience to everybody, and better and higher paying jobs as well for our fresh graduates coming up. Craig, Jojo, thank you so much for joining us.